Good morning, everybody. My name is Rob Cornaren, CEO, founder of Advanced Roofing. Really excited to present another webinar by Advanced Roofing. This one is about roof asset management technologies. We have the best management technologies in the industry, and that's not me saying it because we are advanced. That's our customers telling us that after they use it and see what it can do. Want to remind people that we are upcoming seminars on April 20th. We have piggyback and cooperative purchasing. This is more for government, cities. Find out how you can not have to take a low bid and have a headache, and you can piggyback off an existing competitively bid contract or a cooperative competitively bid contract. Hurricane preparedness, this is a very, very good one here. We educate you on what to do prior to, during, and then after a hurricane. Make sure your roofing contractor has the resources to get to your property. We have 7 offices, over 560 employees, and over 3,000 through our Roof Connect connection. And then on our website, we have 3 videos, commercial roof life cycle management and budgeting tips. That's a good one. Solar energy business, what you need to know. We're very large in solar. As most of you know, we are largest in the state of Florida and top 50 in the country. And then fall protection safety procedure seminar on what you need to know about what's up on your roof, what OSHA laws are, and what you can do to keep your employees or vendors safe while up on the roof. Each one of these is an hour. You can't get it by just going to the YouTube, but we do separate ones. If your company wants a webinar, we can do it for you and get you that credit. A little bit about my background. Grew up in Long Island, New York. I worked for a commercial roofing company for high school and college. Graduated University of Arizona in 1979. He asked me to open a branch in Atlanta, Georgia. I was 21 years old. I said, sure, I can do that. And I did that. And he moved me down to Fort Lauderdale in 1982. In 1983, I borrowed $15,000 from my dad. I bought a pickup truck, and we just grew it based on all commercial roofing, most of it re-roofing, 95%, pretty steady throughout that, and doing what we say we're going to do. We hire craftsmen. We spend a lot of money on training, and we have a lot of repeat business. Today on the bottom, you'll see my 2 sons, Kevin and Mike, and my grandson, Mac. Kevin's going to present today. I'll give you a little bit about his background, a little bit about us in community. We do a lot of MS Bike Ride. We've raised over $600,000. Bottom right-hand corner is a picture of Commissioner Lamar Fisher at a lady's house called Gloria. Guy on the left is a friend of mine's dad. He called me up, said, listen, this 86-year-old lady fell. She's in the hospital. She's been taking care of her roof leaks by having a garbage pail and taking pots and dump it in the sink. And she's been gone for 2 months. He asked me if I had a blue tarp. I went over there. I saw what was going on, 2 inches of water on the floor, mold. There's no way this woman could have done it. I called some other roofing friends and drywall painters. And on December 23rd, 2 days before Christmas, she moved in, and she was just flabbergasted. But that's a big part of our cultures as well. One thing I learned early on about being in this business is that you really want to control every aspect of the whole operation for your client's benefit. We want it as seamless as possible. One of the first things was the air conditioning division. When I got down here, all the air conditioning units were sitting on a roof in 4x4 pressure treated sleepers with pitch fans. Well, all those had to be raised and ripped up, and we couldn't find good subs. So I purchased a small AC company, and we grew it up from there. Same thing with lightning protection, and we own our own equipment. That's another thing that I saw early on. We bought a vacuum to suck off gravel. Gravel's not that popular anymore, but all the gravel roofs, most of the roofs are gravel, so we'd have to vacuum off the gravel. Own our own cranes, roll-offs, everything that we had to do to control it, we did. And then we got in solar in 2006, and now we're the largest solar, and that's a great seminar to watch, but everything was controlled. To service all our customers, we have national accounts and state accounts. So we have offices in 7 locations. 6 of them, we own the building, own the property, which says, we're not going anywhere. So we got Fort Lauderdale, Miami, Jupiter, Jacksonville, Sanford, Orlando, and Fort Myers. And Miami's our most recent purchase, a $2 million facility down there to grow that whole market. So it's doing really well down there. Next slide, Bill. We're an award-winning company. Here's just a few of the awards that we did in 2020. Very proud that after Hurricane Dorian hit the Bahamas, we were sending materials over there for at least the first 30 days. We had the plane, boats, and just collecting materials and things that they needed, tarps. And then we continued with a project over in Marsh Harbor. We were able to get enough shingles and materials donated for 100 homes on Marsh Harbor. So proud of that award up top. And then, like I said, the MS, we're very proud of that. I've been riding my bike in that for over 15 years, and I think over $600,000. So next, I'd like to introduce my son, Kevin. Kevin is in charge of operations. He oversees all the administration functions. He graduated from the University of Miami with his master's in finance, IT, and marketing, FSU undergrad. And he's really taken us to the next level. One of his passions was the next workforce. So 7 years ago, he was instrumental in starting a 3-year roofing apprenticeship program. We're all proud of him and what we do. It's now a program that's all over the state, and we have several graduates that are really doing well in that. Another thing about Kevin, he's very data driven. And you're going to hear about our roof asset management plan. But behind that is so much data that drives our customer service. We just spent 2 days at a state service managers. Every manager was there with their operations. And for 2 days, we're training on how to get better. We had a resource speaker come in. But the data that we collect that you will not see today is our response time. We have to confirm a ticket within 24 hours, get there within 48 hours, and then invoice within 24. The back end material that Kevin has developed for us is just phenomenal. You're going to see the front end today. So with that, I'll present my son, Kevin Kornarens.
Thanks, Rob, for the introduction. I appreciate everyone joining us today. Passion is training and investing in our employees. And why is that so important? So you get a unified experience. And so that way, we have 65 service technicians in the state of Florida. So making sure that experience is the same for everyone. How do you do that? You do it through training and technology. And that's been our motto for the past few years. Luckily, Rob's let me run wild and try to implement a whole bunch of procedures to make your experience better. With that, I want to start out with a poll. How do you prefer to contract your roofing contractor? We got email, phone, yellow pages, website, or other. One thing I don't see on here and we're looking into is text messaging, right? I know a lot of people like texting these days. So we'll take 5-10 seconds here real quick. If you've never used a poll before, at the bottom, there's a little polling. It might pop up in the background. So we got some results here. Everyone, number one, we got a tie for email and then phone, which is probably our most popular as well. We've seen more emails come in through COVID times. No yellow pages. I think that's officially retired. And then the website, which would be the portal. So that's great to see as well. And hopefully we could change some of those to the portal as well today after seeing the power of using the portal. Jumping into the next slide, we're going to just transition from marketing to my computer. So give me a second. Awesome. Here we go. So today's objectives, going over Advanced Access. This is our technology to provide you better service, insight into your roofing. Pretty much anything we step on your roof is documented through this portal. So we'll be working through that and the different capabilities via your computer and cell phone. And it gives you real-time reporting. So we'll walk through that too on how you could hold us accountable with FedEx-like tracking. So first, we're going to view a quick little overview. Video is a little fun video to watch on Advanced Access. Steve, our Director of Government Services, is going to walk us through some budgeting advice. We're going to go through some reporting. Some of you have your own asset management software, so how to get some of this data outside of our system and into your ERP or asset management programs. requesting service from your cell phone or from your computer, and then some other mobile capabilities that should make your job easier. So first, I'm going to start this video. It's about 2 minutes.
This is Nicole. She is a property manager for 20 commercial buildings in the area.
But Nicole is in over her head, literally, with roofing issues. She's spending most of her time coordinating maintenance and repairs, analyzing reports, and budgeting for future projects, all while frantically searching for her roof's important documents when issues arise. And to complicate matters, all of Nicole's properties have different roof systems and life cycles, making routine asset management nearly impossible. Nicole was feeling frustrated and overwhelmed, trying to manage all of her roofs using different paper forms and spreadsheets, when she heard about the Advanced Access Roof Asset Management Portal from Advanced Roofing, Inc. In business since 1983, Advanced Roofing, Inc. is ranked as the #1 commercial roofing company in Florida by Roofing Contractor Magazine and specializes in roof replacements, repairs, and maintenance services for occupied buildings in Florida. Advanced Roofing implemented the Advanced Access Roof Asset Management Portal to help its customers achieve the maximum life cycle from their roofing assets through preventative maintenance, while feeling safe and secure by having complete control over their roofs 24/7, 365 days a year. From any internet-ready device, Nicole can now view all of her roof's information in one location, dispatch service with the click of a button, track work orders in real time, see photos from repairs, view warranty documents, and build custom reports for budgeting. Everything she needs is uploaded to her customer portal seamlessly and can be viewed from anywhere, anytime, even from the beach. With Advanced Access, Nicole can now streamline her roofing projects for good, allowing her to concentrate on what matters most, ensuring a safe environment for her tenants and saving money for her properties. So, if you're a building owner or property manager with multiple buildings to care for, don't get overwhelmed. Get Advanced Access.
So I think the video does a very good job of the capabilities and high level of what the software can offer for you. So today we're going to walk through with your existing client how to get to the portal, and then walk you through more of the weeds on how it works and how you could use the tools to benefit yourself. So to start there, the easiest way to get to the client portal if you're an existing client is to go to our website. At the top right, there's a little client portal section. So you just click the client portal, and from there, you're taken into your portal. If you haven't been set up, contact myself, contact your account manager. They'll get you access with a username and password. And if you're a big business group with multiple users, we could set you up. We could do you a separate lunch and learn in person as well. Sometimes it's a little easier to go through in person, and then also walk through any of the reports we've done with you in the past. But with any software, you kind of have to get used to it, right? So today, when you log into the software, you have to keep 3 main objectives in mind, and it's how we classify your building. So first is by the company level. So if we look at it as if it was public supermarkets, that would be the company. The second level would be the property. So that would be one of the shopping plazas in the state of Florida. And the third would be the section. So most plazas or most companies, here's a condo here, you see there's different roof sections, because you could do roofing at any time of a life cycle of a roof. And so that's why we need to classify each roof section separately and work on budgeting there. Once you get into the software, this is what your login will look like. You see all your different sites. So this is a test company. So first you see your sites, which are all here: ABC Plan, Advanced Solar, Allied. From next, you see Service Dispatch. So any work order that you've given us since 2015 is in the system, and you could see real time when they were dispatched, when we went there, the invoice as well. So we'll dive into that. And then you have the budget matrix as well. And this is where you'd work with the team. If you're trying to, if you need it for your CFO or for your VP, you need to roll up some budgeting information. This is where we can work together in creating a 2-year or 5-year budgeting plan. From there, you see each site name, the location, city, the square footage, and the grades. Also at the top, you see this big red button. So if this is where you want to learn on how to dispatch from the system, this big red button is when you need a leak or you need work done. you click that red button. That red button is going to be consistent throughout the software. Try to make it easy for you to get in contact for us. At the top here, you can manage users. So if you have a team underneath you and you want to delegate roles, you can do that. We have advanced reporting. This is how I talked you would get into if you needed to export data into your own building asset management system. You could also send us an email directly. In case you forgot our email address, you could email us directly from the system. So from there, you would click into a site name, right? So we're pulling it up and we want to click into one of these sites. And so you click into one of the sites here, and that brings you into the property level. So we started out at the company level. We said Publix was our company, and now we're into the property level. So we're into a plaza. You can see this plaza here has 4 roof sections. So obviously you can see they're different membrane types. And so again, the reason why we need to section them out. We could also call them however you want. If it's your fire plan map, if it's your tenant listing. All right, here we have some generic listings: warehouse, office, shipping, and canopy. But then you can see the square foot for that site as well. From there, again, even when you're in the property level, you have this red icon for service dispatch. And you also have your reporting at the top. From there, you also have this download PDF button. So a lot of you have probably got our emails emailed over or hand delivered. And typically they will look like this. So this is probably what you're traditionally used to seeing. Great reports, but lengthy as well. So this one's 37 pages, especially if roofing isn't top of mind for you. Sometimes it's hard to decipher what these reports are telling you. And that's where the software makes it a little bit easier if you're just looking for specific information or you lost this report as well. So all this information in this report came from Advanced Access that built this PDF template. And so we'll walk through that now. But if you ever need to get a copy of that PDF, you have the download PDF from the portal as well. From there, we're going to do another quick little poll. Another benefit we'll talk about is your warranty documents, but really quick, do you know where your roof warranty documents are currently? So traditionally, when you do a re-roof, you have a contractor warranty, typically 2 years. Then you have a manufacturer warranty, anywhere from 15 to 30 years, depending on the qualification of the roofing contractor that you choose. From there, we've got a split result. So you got 5 out of 50% don't know where their roofing documents are. And so why is that important? A lot of times we see clients pay for stuff that could be covered under warranty. So one of the things Advanced Access does for you, when you do a roofing job with Advanced Roofing, we upload all your warranty documents into the system. So we're in the site level for this site MagnaVision, and then you could quickly see the different warranties. So this specific client has a 20-year manufacturer warranty, and then they have a 5-year contractor warranty. So, and then you click view and you have all the warranty information all at once. Any of the proposals that we've done with you in the past are also uploaded all in one spot, so you can quickly see what needs to be done. So if you have multiple property managers or multiple information, it's all in one location for you. From there, so we jumped into the property level, right? We were talking about, we went to a specific plaza with inside Publix. So now we're on just this one section that's outlined in red, section 1. Looks like a TPO roof, right? So from there, when you get into a specific section, you can see different items on that roof. So the first one down here under the tab is composition. The composition, usually if it's a older roof, you'll see a core cut. The core cut's important. It tells you the composition of the roof, as well if there's any moisture in the roof. Next, you go into observations. This is different angles of the roof, documenting what's been done on the roof, AC units. So it's from an east, west, north, and south angle. Condition summary. This is where you go through any of the deficiencies that were found on your roof. And then recommendations. This is where you would, if it's emergency issues, if it's a re-roof is needed. So these are all the different items, and all these different items is in that PDF report, but now it's just classified in a portal for you. Another quick poll. How do you currently budget for your re-roof? So again, you have the polling option at the bottom. While we wait for the poll results, so as I talk about the deficiencies, so typically, when you have an outline of your roof, so how do you currently budget for a re-roof? You have, number one is experience. So a lot of experience, and a lot of our clients are experienced with their roofs, and we try to share that our knowledge with them as well. Some work with a consultant and some don't budget at all. They probably just, when there's a leak in the building, they respond. So working with a consultant is a great approach as well. We work with major consultants, a lot of times encompassing the whole building envelope. But jumping back to the reporting, so you could quickly see, this was the composition that I was referring to. So you'd get a report of this, and this is all uploaded for any inspection we've done on your roof that's considered an asset management program. And this is the observation photos. So you see overview photos of what's currently on the roof. Very important when you're in plazas or a lot of roof traffic to have this documented photos. From here, we're going to jump into budgeting. I'm going to let Steve, our Director of Government Services, walk through the budgeting tool. Steve, the mic's yours.
Thank you, Kevin. As Kevin had mentioned, he'd asked me just to talk briefly on budgets and how Advanced Access is really an effective tool for helping support your roof asset management goals. One of the things that I've seen over the 30 plus years that I've been in business or in the roofing industry is that, a lot of facility managers, property management groups are really or have lost their internal resources to help support these type of activities. So as an owner, you have to go outside, and what that's creating is a much more sophisticated client that we're dealing with. And these tools are very helpful for managing from a single property up to, people that have portfolios in the hundreds. So it's very important. One of the things that this system does is it provides you with information and, more importantly, data. And when I talk about sophisticated owners, they're starting, or they've been going more from a reactive type of strategy to a proactive strategy. And the data that we gather for you allows you to make these educated decisions. So when you're looking at a particular single facility, for instance, the information that you can pull up within the site, and perhaps roof section 9 is like Kevin had mentioned, is above the CEO or the CFO's office. Well, you have the data and information right in front of you, or easily at your accessibility through the mobile app or through a desktop, to show them, what the conditions are. And if you want to go on to the next one, Kevin, the individual sections that we have, again, provide that window, that snapshot. And again, when we're looking at providing options, we're looking at breaking it into proactive versus reactive. And within this matrix, and there are the corrective actions, which would be reactionary, which would be the emergency, and also replacements. So as a decision maker, you have the ability to go into the system from a single roof standpoint all the way to a multiple facility or entire portfolio standpoint, and break your fiscal budgets down by needs, by emergency needs for addressing leaks or obvious damage that's causing water infiltration either into the system or into the roof system or into the building. But again, we're focused, as a company, we really want to educate and focus on that middle ground of preventative, proactive strategy management, of actually doing the things that will maximize your investment in your roofing systems and to push them out beyond the expected service lives as possible. But as a manager, you also have that end of strategy replacement option. So across the board, whether it's a 1-year management up to a 5-year, this information can be gathered and provided in one single database, and that is Advanced Access. The value, again, from a large standpoint, if you want to go on to the next one, Kevin, is that whether it's a building or again, if you have 100 facilities, this program will allow you to go into the matrix, print out and download an Excel file so that you can actually sit down and manage your roofing assets based on data that's been provided and support you and your facility team. So, you know, in a nutshell, the management of your roofing assets really accomplishes a lot of things. It addresses current emergency needs. It looks at the long-term proactive solutions for maximizing your investments. And when it comes time to replacing, this tool actually allows you to strategize, as you can see from the numbers in the box. This particular example was for a 5-year program. So within that 5 years, these are the recommendations that we've come up with. But on a full scale, corporate-wide management program, these options, costs can be presented in a very detailed package. So with that, you know, this is a topic that I can talk to for over an hour, and I'd love to do so. But, you know, for the purpose of today's presentation, if you have any other questions, don't hesitate to reach out to us. And I will turn it over to Julian, who will continue on with the presentation.
Steve, real quick, I have a question here about the grades. Could you just dive into what the grades mean real quick from an A to an F?
Sure. From a simplistic standpoint, an A is typically a roof system that's in a very good state of performance. May have little to no action items. It's very seldom is it when our technicians go out onto a building and see like zero requirements. So an A would be a very good quality system with a very long service life remaining. The C's are probably in their middle age area, which would require some remedial repairs or possibly flashing remediation or coatings. And then D's and F's are roof systems that are really at the end of their useful service life. And when we as a company look at D's, the first thing in our mind is not to tear it off and replace it. Our first thoughts are, what can we do with this roof, if it's possible, to manage it and extend the useful service life of the roof. And F's obviously they are way past, there's no hope for them, they're saturated and they need to be replaced. Does that help, Kevin?
Yeah, I appreciate you clarifying that question, Steve.
Thank you.
Now, before we jump into Julian, we have another poll, and there's been a lot of updates with building code, but this one stayed the same. According to Florida code, up to what percentage of a commercial roof may be repaired before a full roof replacement is required? A little bit more of a technical question. Let's see what we get here. You got 10%, 5%, 25%, and 50%.
Right, and this question will actually answer the question to the owner as to, can I utilize and implement some proactive strategies to extending the service life of this roof while being fiscally responsible and saving money? And the answer is correct, it's 25%, very good.
So we got a good educated audience here. Julian, if you could jump us into the decision of when to repair or replace and what goes into those decisions.
Sure, Kevin. Good morning, everyone. My name is Julian Olarte. I'm the service branch manager for advanced roofing for the Miami office. And as Kevin was saying, most important question when budgeting will be, should I replace or should I repair my roof? So factors to help us considering those, the answer to that question will be, what's the age of the roof? What's the condition of my roof? How has the service history been on that roof? Have I had isolated leaks on a single spot, or are the leaks distributed along the entire roof, which give us an indication of a major issue? What has been the maintenance history on that roof? And as owner, what are your investment horizon? Is this a building that you're planning to have for a couple of years, or is this a building that you're planning to have for a long term? And how is the roof condition affecting my operations? So once you answer those questions, we would basically find 4 scenarios. The first one will be when your roof is in good shape and it can be maintainable. Then we go, step in, put together a preventive maintenance plan for it. We could also find a scenario where the roof it's in good shape, but it needs some repairs. So what we do is we budget for some remedial repairs so the roof can be maintained afterwards. And third scenario will be when the roof is reaching its useful life, but it's sound, it's dry, and it's properly attached to the structure. In that case, we explore the options of coatings or recovering it. And the last part would be if none of the options are available, it's you would need to start putting together a budget to re-roof. Next slide. So this brings us to understanding the life cycle of a roof. And I would start by saying that after the initial construction of the building, replacing your roof will be the biggest expense that you would have to incur as a building owner. So what you want to do is to maximize your investment by doing all the things in your hands to make sure that your roof lasts as expected and reaches its useful life. So basically a life cycle of a roof has 4 stages. The first stage is when you install the roof. So make sure that you hire a qualified contractor and you have a proper design. Second stage will be when you start, when you need to start maintaining your roof. Statistics show that 80% of the roofs fail prematurely due to lack of maintenance. So this is a very important step on the life cycle of your roof. Third stage will be when the roof has aged and you start to putting some money on hopefully proactive, as Steve was saying, proactive repairs, because being proactive instead of reactive is going to save you thousands of dollars during the life cycle of the roof. And then you can also start exploring, as I was mentioning before, the options of coating or recovering your roof. So once these 3 stages have completed, then you get to the last stage, with the one that would close the loop, which is replacing your roof, which hopefully would be at the end of the useful life of it. Statistics also shown that a roof properly maintained and proactively maintained lasts 7 to 8 years more than a roof that hasn't. So we have also prepared a cheat sheet. So you have for budget purposing as a reference numbers, roof repairs, 2-man crew cost $150 per hour plus the materials that we use. Roof coatings, depending on the condition on your roof and the coating that you choose, ranges between $3 and $5 per square foot. If you want to go and the roof is suitable to be recovered, it goes from $5 to $10 per square foot. And then replacing your roof ranges between $9 and $25 plus per square foot. This would depend on the logistic condition of the roof, height of the roof, and many other factors. If you want to add taper insulation so the water runs better out of the roof, you have to add around $5 per square foot. And also another item that we find where the water intrudes in a big way is the wall waterproofing, which could range between $1.50 to $4 per square foot. Going back to Kevin.
Awesome. Thanks, Julian, for walking us through these numbers. These are numbers that are very important. So you could quickly see how proactively taking care of your roof asset pays off, because rainy season's coming up, right? And if you haven't looked at your roof in 6 months, you probably have some damage up there that's going to cost you pretty quickly in a time and material scenario. So being proactive really pays off. If you think about it as far as a car, right? You don't keep driving your car without checking the tires until the tires pop. You're proactive there, right? With a safety perspective. So same thing goes with your roofing asset. So appreciate you walking us through that, Julian. And I mentioned that because, so now you want to do analysis, right? So how much have I spent on my roofing asset in the last 5 years? I'm going to quickly show you how you can pull that up into the portal, how you could budget some more, and then how you could see about any additional items you might want to get done on your roof before rainy season starts. So you're not doing emergency scenarios that also might affect your business operations. So we're diving back into the portal. And so this is where we were originally. When you first log in, you see all your sites, the locations, the grades that Steve had walked us through. But to get to the reports, you click the little pie chart on the top. This is going to dive you into the reporting section. From there, it brings you to this screen, and you can see the expense repair inventory. This expense repair inventory are items where we went out onto your roof and diagnosed things that need to get it done to make sure your roof is at tip-top shape and that it's going to last the 20-25 years of the manufacturer warranty. And Steve was mentioning, we would budget and prioritize, you might have certain high classified tenants, right, that you have a higher priority on. So these are the 6s that you might want to focus on more. So let's say you only have a certain budget. This is a tool where you could really try to focus on what needs to get done, either because of the tenant's status or because of the type of repair that's needed. From there, you have your capital project budget. So this, Julian walked us through some budgeting numbers, and we use those budget numbers to helping you plan as well. We know everyone has budgets. We have budgets here. So when we think that roof is going to be replaced, and then also the dollar amount that you should estimate. Obviously, it's just a budget number, right? That's not an actual estimate. Usually estimates take 2 to 4 weeks, very detailed work from our production department to get you a final firm number. But this is where at least you could budget a rough number if you're rolling numbers up to a VP or your CFO. Next, we jump into the work repair history. So this is where I was saying, if you're analytical and you quickly want to see how much you were we did repairs on a site, you could select one site, you could select all on the plaza, and from there you could quickly see all the different invoices that have been done on that property. And if you click the invoice link as well, that gives you a copy of the invoice. Our invoices provide what was done via photos, as well as the findings and the corrective items that was taking place. From there, you don't want to use this system, you have your own, or you're really like Excel, like myself, you just click export spreadsheet, puts all this information into a spreadsheet where you can quickly manipulate the data as well. If you want to see it a different way, if you want to create pivot tables, it's another great way to get the data out of the system to help you plan and focus less on roofing and paperwork. So I mentioned earlier about the big red button, right? That this dispatches service. So I'm going to walk us through that, but just like FedEx, we track right when your call comes in, which is dispatched, when we're going to dispatch the crew to arrival ETA, when we get there, which is in progress, when we finish, which is resolved, and then our tickets all go through a QA process. So the managers confirm what was done, and that's when the confirmation happens, and then you'll get invoiced your email. So all this status is tracked in the system and is viewable to you on your tickets. This is just a recap of what I went through. So if we walk through that more and how to request service this way. And so first thing would be to set up a demo with you. We could do it via Zoom, log into your computer, give a shortcut to your computer. But once you get your login and URL, or you go through our website, clicking that client portal at the top, you click that big red button that says Service Dispatch. When you click that button, this screen pops up. So to help us try to get to the right location, first you type in the section, right? We went through client, property, and then section. So this, again, it's the TPO roof that's having issues. Maybe the HVAC contractor was up there, put some holes in the roof. So we put the warehouse, who the site contact is, if they're in our system properly, and the priority level that you would like as well. You could also upload any photos, right? If there's a certain thing that you notice or facility manager noticed, you could upload a photo, and then try to put as much notes as possible as well to help us find the leak. Of course, we'll always call you and let you know the day before that we're arriving. But after that, you click Send Dispatch. Once you click Send Dispatch, you'll get a little notice that it's been sent to us, and that's your little confirmation. From there, you could authorize additional repairs. So the other reason why you might want to use this service on the web instead of just calling in, when you click that button, if we've been out to your roof before to do a budget plan or an asset management plan, anything that's outstanding that was previously done on that roof is already in the system. So you could quickly see that data. So if you want to get that done at the same time as this leak repair, so that way there's less mobilization time, the portal to portal, you could quickly just click the Get Done box, and the send dispatch, and that'll send us both at the same time, saving you money instead of doing 2 trip charges. Now we want to view the repair history, right? A year ago, a tenant's calling you saying, you guys been out here 10 different times, or you just want to see what went on the property. So when you were in the main site, again, this is right when you log in, you click the service dispatch tab. This is where you can see that FedEx tracking. So you have dispatch, arrival ETA, those statuses that I talked through. So you can quickly see when you called us, when we went there, and when it was invoiced. And you click the invoice date, and that's going to pull up the invoice as well. You could filter it by a date range. So all that data is visible, holding our team accountable to deliver to the customer service metrics we believe is acceptable. With that too, you could get alerts. So any of these statuses, you could get alerts. So if you want to make sure that when you dispatch a ticket, it'll say a dispatch ticket has been created for Plaza A. If you want to know when we get on site, that's when we start in progress. You could get alert. You could get alert for all these. That's a lot if you have a lot of properties. If you just want to know when we're done, right? You want to know when we've clicked resolved. So you could call your tenant or let someone know in your office location that would be the resolved. And you could get an email straight to you. You'll know before even our team. It's we get notified at the exact same time, just like Amazon or FedEx. So a lot of transparency into our operation for your customer experience. With that, we're going to take another poll. True or false, failure to perform and document annual roof maintenance may void your contractor or manufacturer warranty. Maintenance is important. I mentioned the car. You look at your health as well, right? We all see doctors, annual physicals. Maintenance is just as important, especially being in Florida. The sun, the ocean, we have a lot of harsh elements that eat away at our roofing systems. And so how do you maintain that to make sure you get the full ROI in your roof asset is through maintenance. And so it's also true. So most roofing manufacturers require you to have some maintenance or visual inspection plan. I'm going to let Julian walk us through that, what that looks like from Advanced Roofing Service.
Thank you, Kevin. So once we go through stage 1 of the life cycle of the roof, we get into stage 2, where we are we need to maintain our roof. So as building owners or property managers, what are our basic responsibilities? We are responsible for minimizing the roof traffic on your roof and maintaining a log so you have documentation of who has accessed your roof and you can hold them accountable just in case something happened. Then your maintenance personnel could also make sure that any debris or any vegetation that could clog the drains, the downspouts, the gutters, or the scoopers are removed, so we allow water to run out of your roof. We must make sure that we trim all the trees that are growing on top of the roof, so when they fall to the roof, they don't clog these items that I mentioned before. Keep your rooftop equipment in good condition. Perform annual inspections and maintenance, and as Kevin was mentioning, having a maintenance program after you install your roof, it's a requirement by the manufacturer. And having a detailed roof file, it's help you tremendously, and it's a must when maintaining your roof. And our system, Advanced Access, will keep you have all these documents in the same place. How a good detailed roof file would look: basically you would have initial drawings and the roof plan before installing the roof. Then you would have a certain installation record like permitting, inspection processes from the municipalities and from the manufacturers, any correspondence that you have had with your contractor, and all your warranty will be cloud saved. Once you do that, then you start your roof into a maintenance program where you would have a detailed log of any service that has been done to your roof. You would have the inspection reports handy. You would have the pictures of the things that were done. If you have any major modification, like installing any HVAC equipment, you would have a documentation of all the things that were done on your roof on our Advanced Access system. So key takeaway is that protect your investment, make sure that it lasts as expected, and with advanced access, you would have that worry-free, and we would be able to store on a cloud all that information for you. Thank you. Going back to Kevin.
Awesome. Thank you, Julian. So with that, this, just to recap, is we could store any information related to your building or roofing envelope into the cloud under documents. And so here we are on the property level, and all your different roofing documents could be stored here for quick access. So we walk through how the desktop experience works, right? On your laptop or your computer at your office, but a lot of us are on the road these days. And so getting another solution was important to us. And so we had a web-based version for your phone. It works on Android or Apple. It's not an app. It is just a mobile version, responsive version. So it doesn't track GPS location, doesn't want access to your photos. It's just another way for you to access your roofing data on the go. So what does it look like? We would set up just the shortcut with your username and login. And so where we went before, you log in. So this first left screen here, you see all your different properties, right? So just as we saw the properties before, you see the name, the location, and the condition. So if you click into one of those properties, you can quickly see that same aerial photo, the same sectioning. And from there, you can click Service Dispatch. And from there, you see exactly the same information that we asked for before: what section, the site contact, the priority, and then any notes. From there, you click Send Dispatch. So literally, if you have this on your phone, if it's 4 clicks, you could create a service ticket within 30 seconds. What also is nice, if you haven't been there a while, or the tenant is screaming at you, or someone has a lot of questions, what's been done there, you could pull up the PDF report. So that PDF report that we've done before, the Roof Asset Management Plan, you could click that PDF, and that's the same PDF that I pulled up previously. This PDF will pull up on your phone. Hopefully the bigger phones these days, you could see a lot of this data, but you could quickly see any outstanding items if you wanted to look at the PDF form. So key takeaways: advanced access is a one-stop solution, requesting service easier, authorizing repairs quicker, right when you dispatch. Budgeting is a very important process. Your roof can be very expensive, probably one of the most expensive things you could purchase for your building, and then reporting on how to use more analytics. Right now, I want to jump into the live system. I don't know if there's any volunteers that want to jump into the live system just to do a quick demo on how it looks like, not from a PowerPoint slide deck. So if I don't see any volunteers, please jump in. If not, I'm going to dive into one that I have pulled up here on Alachua County in Florida. So this is how it would look live. Here I am in Chrome. You got your logo here, and these are all Alachua County's properties throughout their county. So again, we've been working on grading their different roof systems so they could have a budget. I know COVID's put a lot of strain on different budgeting, right? So this is where we could come and work together on different budgeting options, and even coatings, right? So sometimes you might not have money for a roof replacement, but you have money for coating, which could buy you sometimes too. So that's where we could work together and put a coating price into the system and really work with you there. From there, we talked about service dispatch. So here, Alachua County could quickly see all the tickets that they've created when we showed up. I mentioned you could click on the invoice date, quickly see the invoice that was done on that property. Here's the dollar amounts, and then here what was done. So before and after photos, if you haven't worked with us before, you have all your information here. We try to document as much as possible. So all that, this is yours. So if you're a current client, we'd love to get you set up. If you're not a client, we'd love to show you how else we could help you save money by focusing on an asset management program. You got your service dispatch here. Got your advanced reporting up here that we talked about, so you could quickly see how much expense repair inventory. So here you can quickly see all the outstanding items that Alachua County has to plan on getting done for and budgeting for 2021 and 2022. So with that, I don't know if there's any questions that we want to address. Again, our key focus is customer service, and our goal is to keep you as a client. And that's why we give you this transparency to this data. If there is something wrong, obviously you can always reach me. My email is kevink@advancedroofing.com. Cell phone number is 954-815-2446. Take customer service very seriously. Even if clients leave, they still have access to this data. We let them export it, because if we do have a service failure, we hope to do business with you again in the future and have that opportunity. But we are striving, our referral rate is always usually around 85%. So really appreciate everyone joining today. If there is any questions on AA, if there's any asset management plans that Steve or Julian can answer for you. Now we have about 5 minutes. Anything we want to wrap up? If not, I'm going to jump back to the slide deck. And we have upcoming webinars, again, government. So if there are any government agencies online, different options for you to fast track and make purchasing easier, especially if you're a facility manager, or if you're new to the procurement in the government world, we can help guide you through that. Then coming up May, hurricane season is coming up. So learning on best practices, checklists, some key takeaways that you could do to make sure you have less damage. The number one thing we see is drains clog up during hurricanes, which puts a lot of pressure on the roof. So having that preventive maintenance program, making sure the trees are cut back, one of the key things you could do to make sure your roof is in tip-top shape going into a hurricane. There's a lot more. That was just a freebie. Also, any of our previous lunch and learns that are on our website. So if you have any need, we also could offer a lunch and learn. Most of our team now is vaccinated, luckily, getting back to normal. So we could come on site, get you some Panera and walk you through some continuing educations. So if you want to start using the system, you could book a free inspection. We could come out to your site, get some data into the system, and then walk you through the portal. That'd probably be the best. Now is the best time to do it before rainy season. Normally we see rain at the end of April, starting in May. You don't want to wait then. That's when everyone waits and the demand surges. So really reach out now. Let's get you on the schedule so that way we could properly take care of you with the bandwidth. Again, I shared my contact information, but we do have key account managers in each of our territories. We focus in Florida. I got Wayne in Orlando, Jacksonville, Jess in South Florida, and Anthony in Tampa and Fort Myers.